What's up, y'all? This is Joseph with Zarate Steelworks, and we're here at Light the Night with Vernon. We went ahead and brought our Vanderhall to go ahead and get our newly released Vanderhall wheel rings installed and lit up. Go ahead and let them know, bro.
Man, when he says he bought their Vanderhall, that's an understatement. They bought the Vanderhall. Man, Zarate has loaded this thing up with a lot of custom parts. He does a lot of outstanding work. I gotta say, he's probably the top customization expert out here in doing steel fabrication work for slingshots, Can-Ams, and his own Vanderhall. When you see this thing, it's unbelievable. It's an honor for him to bring this to the Light the Night Design Center in San Antonio, Texas, for us to put some lights on it. But that's not all. What we're gonna do while we're here, we're gonna make one of our world famous instruction videos where we're gonna teach everybody how to put the wheel rings on step by step. So when you order your wheel rings, you can go to his site or our site and see how to put the wheel rings on. You can follow us at LTNLEDS.com, where you see this video and many more, or you can go to my man Zarate's site at
www.zaratesteelworks.com.
Oh yeah, so sit back, get some popcorn, get a beer or a soda or something, and we about to do some installs. Let's do this. All right, the next step, we want to take the wheels off. Man, it's an honor and a privilege today that I get to do this video with my man Joseph from Zarate Steelworks, the true innovators out here in the industry and actually designers of this wheel ring. It's also an honor and a privilege and great for me because now I don't have to do the work. So, Joseph, go ahead and tell them how you want the steps of taking the wheel off.
So essentially what you want to go ahead and do is get you your key and an impact to go ahead and get these off. Now, one thing that I want to go ahead and accent though is that when you're removing these lug nuts off, make sure that you don't lose the key, because some of y'all might have some nice rims on the back and you don't want to mess them up.
So what he's also saying is you want to go nice. Once you get the original torque and break the nut, go slow in pulling it out. You don't want it to jiggle around and slap around and mess up your wonderful wheels. All right, so go slow. As with any install, if you don't have the time to do it and take your time and do it right and slowly, don't take time, don't do it. Just wait till you have time to do this the right way. Go ahead, Joseph, show them how to do it the right way. All right, now that we got that outstanding rim and wheel off, the next thing is to remove this bolt here. This is a number 4 Allen, and consulting with my man Zarate, who is an expert at this, he recommends that you don't use power tools. So pull out your trusty ratchet, your number 4 Allen, and simply put it on here. Make sure you hold it steady, and simply loosen it up and take it off. This is holding this whole piece on, all right? And during this particular training, we had the pleasure of already having a wheel ring on this ring, so we've removed it, but we also video steps in removing the wheel. But now that it's off, if you were starting, you would start from this point. So the first thing you would want to do is either put some tape or tape your rag here, because as you're starting to position the wheel ring and the calipers and everything is shifting around, there's a chance that you might put some scratches here. So to avoid that, just putting a rag here or getting you some nice tape and taping this up can avoid a lot of scratches down the line. Then the next step that you want to do, first you've already taken your bolt out the front so that you can take your rotor off. Now there's 2 more bolts in the back. These 2 bolts are actually 10 millimeters, but you need a special tool. This is exactly what the tool looks like. You can order this tool on Amazon. This tool is made to slide right inside of these butts here. This is a 10 millimeter Allen. So go to your favorite tool store or go to Amazon and order this tool. You're going to need an extension and you can take it off. Joseph, you want to show everyone how to take it off?
Of course, most definitely.
All right, my man. Now, as Joseph is taking these bolts out, you have to remember that your caliper may fall down. So you might need an extra set of hands, or sometimes we use an elastic band and we'll hook it on here and maybe hook it to the spring or something, so that way the caliper doesn't fall down and put a lot of tension on your lines. So once you get it off, you simply remove it. Take your rotor. I'll hand this over to Joseph. And it looks like we're ready for the wheel ring. So hold tight. We're going to pull our wheel ring up and we're going to put it on in a few minutes. Okay, we have all our screws removed. So the first thing we need to do is go and take our caliper and rotor off so that we can put the wheel ring in position. So that's simply done by removing the caliper and the rotor, giving it to your trusty helper, or expert I should say. This is my first time doing this, so if I get this right, I know you're going to get it right. Pass this through the caliper, correct?
Yes, sir.
Don't be slow answering me now. Make me think I'm doing something wrong.
Far from it, Vern.
All right. And bring it around. Like so. And this cord goes this way. Okay, next thing we need is the rotor back. Put the rotor back, fasten the caliper back, then take your wheel ring, put it in position to screw on like so. Just leave the long bolts to put it back in position. Like we always say, this isn't hard, it's tedious. Take your time, do it right. Make sure you're in the mood to do this kind of work when you do it. I know when you receive your wheel rings, you're gonna be dying to get them on and show them off. I've been there, but sometimes you gotta wait till you really got a nice Saturday morning or Sunday evening while the game's on and sit back and take your time. Okay, we've secured our 2 bolts on this side. Make sure you tighten them to factory settings. We've also added, like I said before, a touch of Loctite, the blue Loctite. So when you're doing this, once again, factory settings, blue Loctite. And don't forget to come around here and make sure you put this bolt in. We also put a little Loctite on it. It's always important after you ride a little while though to come back around and check all of your bolts because they can vibrate loose. So be safe. Take the time to check your bolts after you work on your wheels. Man, let me tell you, we're about to install these rings and they go on so easy. Zarate still works did an outstanding job at designing this and making it easy for the do-it-yourselfer. All you got to do is get you one of these quick, handy-dandy 15mm sockets. Remove both of your 15mm bolts off the back. You have one on the top and one on the bottom. Once you pull them out, your whole brake assembly will pull off here. Just be careful when you pull it off. Don't pull it too far out. Just remember, if you set it just like this, at this slight angle, all we're going to do is slide this on. I think we're going to go here. Slide this on this way. Line your holes up where you would bolt them. Then simply bend this around like this. Put your caliper back on. Or slide the caliper back on. Line it up. Line your holes up, line your wheel, and there you go. Take your 15mm socket, put a little blue Loctite on your bolts, and screw them back into your factory settings, and you have your wheel ring set to go.